the mind that things are important to the people who watch my videos, and I try to make things nice for them. I think that the color of the jersey I wear, if I comb my hair or not, the music that I play, the condition of the studio behind me, I think that those things matter to my viewers. So I go out of my way to make the experience, for want of a better word, as enjoyable as possible. Now, we've been silent on the live video front for one reason, and that one reason is this: Satish Ramsaran and his team, including the able Glenn Robinson, have been hard at work building Pep Studio, a literal Pep video studio that is being built and is ready. Now, Satish and his wife and kids are on vacation for the weekend, so he may not even hear this video, but they've done it. And to all the overseas peppers who have sent all the equipment, we have our multiples of cameras, we have our mixing board, we have, listen, I'm telling you, full studio, full audiovisual suite, and we are going to be launching Plain Talk with Philip Alexander. Now, we are going to do that on an existing cable channel and on our YouTube channel, and from here, sky is the limit, because we're no longer going to be beholden to other people who own any media house to give us media. And we have no choice, because you know, and you have to know by now, if the PEP is given the media just the coverage we deserve, because no other political party, none, not the PNM, not the UNC, none of the alphabets, put out the amount, the volume of work we do. Tomorrow is Saturday. At PEP headquarters in Stanmore Avenue, the management team will be hosting another in our series of meet and greet meetings, which started the week following our opening on January 18, 2017, and has only been interrupted for things like Carnival and Christmas, or if a public holiday fell, we thought maybe we may not do the meeting that weekend. Most of the times we come out anyway, whether we tell the people to come or not, we are there every Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. But it gets worse, it gets better. We open 137 Manahambre Road, St. Madeleine, and the South team now hosts their little cottage meetings on a Saturday. We've opened 10th Avenue, Barataria, and the North team hosts their cottage meetings on a Saturday. For people who want to come and sign up, meet the North members, the caretakers. Who want to go South, meet the South members, the South caretakers. You now have facilities, plural. They're not covering none of that. Carolyn C. Prasad Bechan and 15 people had a meeting at Congress of the People in somewhere, I think it was the guard booth at Center of Excellence, and the media covered that. They've been deliberate and they've been wicked, and you're seeing it. I want you to see for yourself. You can't take your eye off the ball, because the Progressive Empowerment Party, whether you love us or you hate us, tonight I had to watch, I screenshot a woman who, this is her post there. This is her comment when she shared my post. I don't usually follow, not for any particular reason, but gosh, I agree, with a finger pointing up. Now, when people share my post, if the shares cost 300, 400, 500, I go back just to see what people say, positive, negative, because somebody sent me something and I want to remember this every single day. To accept both compliments and criticism, it takes both the sun and the rain for a flower to grow. So I want to grow, to be the beautiful flower that I was meant to be. So I will accept compliments and criticism. I found a guy on one of the shares, his name is Ravi Maharaj. He disagreed with me vehemently. Ravi and I had a nice exchange. And at the end of it, Ravi ended up saying, well, you know, you could be correct in what you're saying. I'll have to give it more thought. And that is all we're interested in. All we're interested in is moving people from a hardened position to, you know, that point you're making there. It makes sense. This woman who says, I don't usually follow, not for any particular reason, her timeline cover behind her It's the UNC rising sun with the word UNC. So the particular reason that she don't follow, she's a diehard. Listen, I am the political leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party, and my timeline cover doesn't say PEP. If you have PEP up there, you're in the party, you believe it, and you're pushing your fight. When you have a UNC timeline cover, it's a diehard. And when you say that you don't normally follow, but you follow it, and you're following to the point that you agree, and you're agreeing to the point that you're sharing with other people, this is why the UNC and the PNM have to panic. Because we're not eating the loose, not sure who they're voting for fringe. We're taking their diehards. And I've withheld boasting this for a long time. There are people wearing orange now. When you see them, when we start having national rallies for elections, you're going to feel heartbreak through the UNC and the PNM ranks. And the people who have changed are not changing because I am politically sexy. They're not changing because they think they look better in orange. They're changing because finally, somebody, despite his lack of the Queen's living room manner, is saying exactly what needs to be said. And people wanted somebody with the authority of a public voice to stand up and speak truth to power. People wanted all these political parties, all the NAR, the COP, all the people wanted was for somebody to stand up and say, listen, what you're doing there, that is wrong. And that this is how it should be done right. Regardless of how you feel about me. Regardless of victimization. Regardless of whether you like me or don't like me. It doesn't matter. It cannot matter in the grand scheme of things. Gandhi, Christ, Martin Luther King couldn't be concerned about the opinions of the mission. Because they had to stay true to mission. It is the mission that matters at the end of the day. Me, Anthony Sabga, Malcolm Jones, T.N. Ramnath, Hafiz Karamat, Arthur Napoleon, Raymond Robinson, Patrick Manning, all of us at some point come to the end of our road. And regardless of how we feel about that, that day is coming. I tell people, every single thing that exists is trying to kill you. Your whole life is about surviving. The whole world trying to kill you. And we all have, at the end, Neil Diamond said, and each one there is one thing they share. They have sweat beneath the same sun, looked up in wonder at the same moon, and wept when it was all done for being done too soon. And I want on my deathbed, I want my pride in what I was able to accomplish with what I was given in the time that I was allotted to outstrip my regrets. I want to make sure that I helped more than I hoarded. I want to make sure that the people who God blessed me in my life with, parents, children, family, that I do everything that I could to make sure that my existence made their life better. I do this every night. Well, not every night now, but every day we work at this for people, for strangers, for people who may never know me, may never have the opportunity to speak to me, of me. I may never interact with them. But just knowing, and some people, they make you feel almost like you don't deserve the mantle when they thank you, because it's not for thanks. And when they go above and beyond to show you that they care, that you at least care, and that they work, Because I want to tell you something, and I'm coming right back to the media and the fact that the media don't cover the PEP. But every single party, the other night, a fellow named Nicholas Jaikaran, he's an on-again, off-again PEP supporter. He was speaking on Stefan Rees from Synergy, and he was telling Stefan, and he called a couple names of people who are outside there talking. A couple of them found their way into the political conversation through the PEP, which was encouraging to me, because we're planting good seeds. We're planting good seeds, and even if they couldn't bear in the Progressive Empowerment Party, but that they still continue to try, is a testimony to the good fertile ground that we're operating in. But when he mentioned those names, I said to Nicholas, don't stop there. Add Afra Raymond, add Kirkwaite, add Paulo Kernahan, add Emil Krong now. They have plenty people outside there talking a good talk. Add them, encourage them, motivate them. Come together and build a movement. Because it's when you touch down, you understand. A founding member of a party named PACT that you may never hear about, that spent millions of dollars forming itself and collapsed, said to me, I don't know where you get your energy from. I don't know where that team come from. I don't know how y'all do what y'all do, but all you had to be blessed by God. Because the Progressive Empowerment Party, and they tried to have one public meeting. The Progressive Empowerment Party has had in excess of 100 in 2 years and 3 months. Now, if that is not ordained, if that is not a mission on a road cut by a higher power, I don't know what is. But the media knows. Those who own the media, when I say the media, you might see a bunch of people scurrying with papers and recorders in their hand. But that's not the media, you know. The media is the editor of the Newsday, Judy Raymond, and her editor-in-chief, Jones P. Madeira. The media is Samson Nanton in CNC3, taking orders directly from Nicholas Sabga, who taking orders from Norman. The media is TV6, and I don't know who is left in One Caribbean Media calling the shots. It's not Dishida Bola, it's not Dominic Kalipasad, but it's somebody, it's someone's name. It is somebody who sits and says, even though the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago dictates in 3 of 10 rights enshrined that the people's right to free association, freedom of speech, and political expression matters not to them. That they, having sold their souls, because Afra Raymond and I was cool, you know, it was good, until I exposed Judy Raymond. And I know he closed ranks for that. And I will take on Afra anywhere because Afra vexed with me, and that's cool. You could be vexed, bro. But I ask all of them. I ask Paulo Kernahan, Afra Raymond, Kirkwaite. When you convince people that everything that is a political vehicle that exists is wrong, if you have nothing to offer them, what did you do? What did you do? What did you accomplish? You got your likes, you got your shares. Papa Bois, Mark Laurent de Vertile, got about 200,000 views about the panorama. Fantastic. Wake people up to the fact that we spent $100 million for a boat. That when it got a little rusty, Manning discarded it. Kamla sold it for $1 million. And the people of Greece, with tender love and care, brought it back to a brand new vessel, dutifully servicing the islands of Greece. And it's a shame and an indictment against us. But what I told Trinidad and Tobago is this: we've squandered in 20 years money to buy 10,000 panoramas. 10,000. That's a big number, Phil. Who would buy 10,000 boats? That's the point. That's the point. Where the money gone? Where the money gone? No media house, no political defender, no talking head, no paid commentator could explain to you why nothing works in Trinidad and Tobago. None. Not one. They could tell you what's wrong, why it's wrong, how much wrong, who did the wrong. But never do you ever get good news. Never. They consider good news breaking ground. Tonight, Faris Arawi, somebody sent to me Faris Arawi's post, $650 million wastewater plant from San Fernando. In 5 hours, 3 people commented. So I thought I would comment because I don't want to leave Faris hanging there with a big grin. So I said on that thread, 50 million for the actual wastewater plant, 600 million to share between contractors and PNM ministers. Now you might take that as Philip being wrong, but I would have said the same thing to Anand Ramlong, Rodal Modilal, or Kamala Prasad Bisesa, because the fact of the matter is, our experience has been that government has robbed us. That none of the good news redounded to good news at the end of the day. At the end of the entirety of whatever it was that they set out to build, NAPA, $140 million, the National Academy for the Performing Arts, a Lord Kitchener auditorium. Come on, that's a no-brainer. But when it reached $567 million in cost overruns, and there is not one single person held to account, what we learned in the Commission of Inquiry about what took place under Patrick Manning, we should all hang our heads in shame that we allowed that to take place. You see, people walk around in this country and blame their stagnation and their failure on the conditions of the country. That's how it is. The country recession, or things tight, things tough, things rough. And there are times that there are recessions, and there are times that things are tight and things are tough and things are rough. But all of those are a function of government. The world economy collapsed in the 1920s, and Franklin Delano Roosevelt came up with a plan called the New Deal. He said, we will put the people to work, we will build equity in this country, we will feed them, and we will give them empowerment based on their effort until the rest of the world and our economy catches up with us. The New Deal. At a time when the United States Treasury was barred from printing money, there was nothing. There was nothing upon which to base a currency. He said, we will put the people to work. We will give them hope and opportunity. We will feed them. If he could have done that at a time when there was nothing to sell, nothing to build, nothing to grow, don't tell me recession. Don't tell me things rough, things tough, things tight. The conditions under which most of the people of this country find themselves trying to bear is fallow ground. Neither either the PNM nor the UNC ever had one single policy that did not enslave the people into laborers and consumers for the 1% and the contract mafia. And if I lie, God strike me dead tonight. From Kamala and she color me orange bullshit, and Rowley and Manning with CPEP and URP, that only creates dependency. Literally, hand to mouth. They can't save a dollar. They can't miss a day. They can't plan. They can't build. You're slave. You're enslaved. Courts tell you, come in and talk to us. You're making $42 a day, no problem. You're eating 40. You need one to travel, we'll take the next one. Buy something for $1. $1 a day, we'll take it from you. Because that's all they want. They want you enslaved. Nobody wants you mobilized. Nobody wants you empowered. Nobody wants you dreaming big dreams. Forget that. We want you making something. They will call you a sandwich artist. We want you in Subway asking, where you want on this? We want you in KFC. The people on this side of the counter gave me KFC workers talk in the night and the roles flip in the day because them on this side of the counter doing a work in the day where them same KFC employees coming to them and giving them pressure then. We've turned this nation into, I swear, we've turned it into a joke. It's a circus. It's a failed nation. And I have had to lose many friends. I've had to lose, pass me straight. Straight. And watch me, they're my friend on Facebook, you know. I could poke them on Facebook, I can't touch them in reality. They're my friend on Facebook. And we grew up together, but it vex. Who the ass is you, Philip, to be exposing we business, we racket? Who is you? Who is you to talk about that? But you see, we, and those of you who have been given a better chance at life, who have been so stupid that you don't understand that this is a collective pond. This is, as with the analogy of the well. If we poison the source of our water, what will we drink when we're thirsty? What? When your children thirsty, your child driving, get your license. Child get a license. All the money you make, all, you buy a nice car. Nice. And you send your child out into the country. Proud. But child driving, you're telling yourself your child driving it nice. Drunk driver, kill your child. PH driver, cutting in, run your child off the road, crash into a lamppost and dead. PH driver, cutting on your child didn't let them in, jump out, chop or shoot your child to death. You see, and I've said this to the people who operate behind gates. Don't ever leave. Don't ever come out. Man them gates. Organize a crew with guns. It come in. The murder that took place in Glencoe Plaza, Highland Plaza, Glencoe, that bullet could have traveled the distance of Shorelands and entered Bayshore from Glencoe. That's how far bullet travels. We there. The two Venezuelans that the police killed today had short barrel M4 AR-15s. That is frontline war weapons in Trinidad. You're working, packing money in that account. You have to put your foot on your back to close the account. First, it's full of money. You're buying it pretty for the child. The child going down by Mackenzie in Mileage Mac and say, fix me large $30,000 in rims and tires, and now come out the showroom, it's smelling, child dead. Child dead. Because the country doesn't work. Because we have no traffic plan. We will put up timing lights and cameras to get money. It's not that we're interested in saving lives. Because if we were interested in saving lives, they would have privatized transport police long time. Transport police shouldn't be Gary Griffith responsibility. Gary have more thing to deal with. And I'll tell you something, the fastest way to fix transport problems in this country, dashboard cam, body cam, that the police and the driver or the wearer can't download or affect the information. And if you block it, you're fired. If you lost it, you're fired. If you disconnect it, you're fired. Fired. Defend it with your life. And privatize it. Give out ticket. Give out ticket. Give it out. The ticket ought to be $10,000. A man don't want to lose $200. And instead of looking for one $10,000 fine, give out multiples of $200 fines all over the place. People will behave their freaking self. You throw thing on the ground, look at ticket. Laugh now, they'll come for you. For a $200 ticket for throwing something on the ground. You see, we could have fixed it. We could still fix it. A man told me today, Philip, it's too late. It's too late. There are 150,000 men in the country. How are you stopping that? Stuart Young have no choice. I say if I was the Prime Minister tomorrow, I would put immigration to work tomorrow. I would advertise on the television. I only say it in English. The Spanish people don't have to know. It is the Trinbagonians that need to know. If you employ an undocumented worker, $100,000 fine on the first offense, $250,000 on the second offense, 5 years jail on the third. That's employers. If you own a property in Trinidad and Tobago and you are renting room and board to people who do not have a national ID card, you will void your ownership of that property. Bacchanal. You want Bacchanal? Here's what we want. We want to establish in Cedros a facility that processes and houses Venezuelan refugees. That we could let the United Nations, the United States, and Canada come and set up, and whoever else have room. You see, Trinidad could fit in Canada 100 million times. Trinidad could fit in America 100 million times. They could lose the population of Venezuela in a state. We drown in here. And no matter, this is not xenophobia, and the people who learn to spell with an X and they're happy if they ever get in a game of Scrabble and know a word with an X, cool. But this is not xenophobia, this is sense. Trinidad is a dot. We are broken. We have 150,000 unemployed people desperate in this country. You're going to add to that mix fleeing Venezuelan refugees that this jackass Stuart Young have no way to background check. When Ronald Reagan, it was Ronald Reagan, one of them had test Fidel Castro and say, Fidel Castro, if you care about human rights, let your people cross the sea. And Fidel Castro opened his jails and sent all to America. And the next 20 years, Miami nearly buckled 1,000 times. They rue the day they play that game. And we have no way of knowing who coming. Gary Griffith told me today on the phone, the estimation is 50% of the people who have come here, fleeing Venezuela, have some connection to organized crime cartels in Venezuela. And that Trinidad is a soft target. Those fellas, we think that we had bad boys here. Oh, bad boys is joke. These fellas will eat them. Eat them. These Maracaibo Marabunta that come in here. Only not ready. Only not ready. Police afraid. Police afraid. Them fellas grow up in a culture of narco violence where beheading and amputations without anesthetic to make a point is normal. They've seen things that we only hear about and see on TV. They see it in real life. So we have no way. Gary tell me, he says Stuart is a madman. Nobody talked to him. Nobody talked to the commissioner of police, who after you register and legitimize these people who have to deal with the fallout, the fact that your government have shut down 100,000 jobs in 4 years. So there are 100,000 people in this country because the petrochemical payoff going to run out. And at some point, because I met a man who was a refinery operator in Petrotrin, working for a pool company, cleaning pools. To say that he's fallen 10 degrees down, to say that is to understate how far this man falls. He pulls up. This man used to go to work. You go down south, you'll see how many houses, 3/4 way finished, just had to get the key to the bank. You close down the steel factory. You close down Caribbean Green, that was the name of it, Caroni Green. You close down Petrotrin. You shut down a large part of the employment of people in this country, and you did it without anything in place to catch them. So let them catch their ass. And it never ceases to amaze me that the people of this country don't get yet that Rowley or Kamala or Manning or Pandey, their work is a maid. Their work is a yard boy. Their work is you hire them as a servant. And I always use the servant analogy, the housekeeper analogy. If I hire a housekeeper in my housekeeper don't dictate my house to me. My housekeeper does what I want done, not what she or he decides and then tells me. My housekeeper can't take control of my house, transfer the deed of my house to himself or herself, or worse, sell it to somebody else because it couldn't clean. My housekeeper can't do none of that. And I remember I used to have a housekeeper, her name was Ivy. Ivy practically raised my son and me. Ivy was an elderly woman. She's still out there, and Ivy children follow me on Facebook. So no disrespect to my darling Ivy. Ivy got two, when Ivy was with me, Ivy, if Ivy met somebody I might be dating, Ivy would tell me, I don't like that one for you, you know. Normal. She had a problem telling me that. Ivy used to buff me. Ivy used to tell me, I remember I went to the grocery with a new housekeeper and bounced up Ivy, and Ivy watched the woman head to toe and said, is the new housekeeper? I don't think she looked like she could clean. But that's just to lighten the mood, to come back to the reality of our circumstance and our situation. If you have 700,000 Trinbagonians living under the poverty line, that means we already have things tight. You recess the economy. You added taxes and charges that sent inflation spiraling out of control. People still ain't know where they're going in this place. A lot of people still confused as to what's their next step, and they're cautious. And then you start hemorrhaging jobs. 100,000 people on the breadline. Those 100,000 people fall like dominoes. Those dominoes now is the shop, the parlor, the grocery, the bakery, all of the communities, all of the businesses that supported that 100,000 people, that start to collapse. There's a spillover and a follow on. And into that madness, into that gunpowder soaked in gasoline in hot sun, you want to bring and add and document workers who so desperate for work. I mean, they come in here to function as prostitutes, they're working as hired killers, they're doing anything. Man must eat. So you will introduce into a nation that is incapable of functionally managing itself. It has been our history. 56 years of mismanagement, incompetence, and corruption. If I lie, tell me so. Tell me it wasn't 56 years of mismanagement, incompetence, and corruption. I will shut up. I'll stop talking. I don't need this aggravation. You don't need to hear me talking if I'm talking bullshit. If it's not been 56 years of theft, the other night I Googled Trinidad corruption. And in 5 minutes, was able to create an album of 88 pictures, each symbolizing a different version of how this country was broken. And I want you to hear this well. I don't care who you are. I don't care. One of you need to hear this. Some of you need to hear this. Every single prime minister this country has ever had have been criminally corrupt. They've been massively incompetent. Not one of them have given a shit about the people of this country, and all of them deserve to spend eternity in hell. Keith, Kamala, Manning, Pandey, Chambers, Williams, and Robbie. I just give Robbie a blind, because Robbie inherited, when Robbie inherited it, we were at the IMF. When Robbie inherited it, everything was literally broken. When Robbie inherited, but even he and Pandey couldn't keep the dicks in their pants. Even he and Pandey ended up playing nigger coolie politics. Even he and Pandey had to mash up. So Pandey said, I will take my Indians and go. And Robbie went Africa and come back as the Une of Ife. All that bullshit. All that bullshit. All of that. Not called for. Not called for. Keep your dick in your pants. You're elected to serve. If you don't want to serve, don't apply for the job. Christ. If you do not want to serve people, if you do not want to make the nation better for the lowest come up, don't apply for the job. And it's as simple as that. And it's as simple as that. If I had bad mind, I would tell Trinidad and Tobago, boycott everything SAPGA until CNC3 and Guardian Media do a proper job where the reporting of all information is concerned. I would tell them, don't buy no Carib, don't shop in Massey stores, don't buy no Guardian, don't buy no Ford, no Mitsubishi, no Range Rover, nothing. Buy nothing. If I was a fella with bad mind, because that's what they're doing me. That's what they're doing me. How's SAPGA doing? SAPGA is literally using bad mind to block me from being able to talk to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, as is my right. Today I sat down in the bank. I know a government minister watching this live tonight to see if his name called. He and I pull a number, one after the other. I sit down in that bank next to him and we say a word. And he know that I know that he don't believe in the government that he's a part of. And he just there to eat food. And it is nasty. There is something despicable when a human being uses their God-given talents to take advantage of other people. There is something evil there. I don't know. I don't know. If you go tonight and dig up where SAPGA buried and where the Vagrant buried, dig two of them up. Same cockroach eating the eyeball. Same maggots coming out the ear hole. It is where we all go. It is where we all end up. Each one there is one thing they share. They have sweat beneath the same sun, looked up in wonder at the same moon, and wept when it was all done for being done too soon.
Sweet island gets so bitter, no salary. Yet we fight. What would it take for us to unite? Look how we children them going astray, and we hold on to faith each day. So all we have a message and playing dumb. Many go pay in time to come. So all the innocent lives they taking, the mind and the souls they corrupting. Everything has a price to pay. On a great, great judgment day. Sweetie and tea, and love the milk and honey. Sweet family, the way that it used to be. Like long ago, what was mine was yours. Peace and harmony, my red, white, and black country. Take on and lift up this island, a place with situation in your hand. You can create and you can destroy. Please turn our sorrows into joy. Forgive us, Father, we have sinned. Turn back the sword, oh Lord, I'm pleading. Change the hearts of the wicked ones. Guide and protect all your daughters and sons. Through this perilous times, I know with you on board, blessings will flow. TNT will again arise to the sweet, sweet paradise. Bring it sweet TNT, bring it back, love the milk and honey. Sweet family, the way that it used to be, Lord. Like long ago, what was mine was yours too. Peace and harmony, my red, white, and black country. Bring it back, I say. Bring it back, I say. When it take a village to grow a child, and all we do was smile. Bring the country back, I say. Bring it back. When we eat from the same pot, when we drink from the same cup. My red, white, and black country. When we look out for each other, we were our brother's keeper. My red, white, and black country. Sweet family. My red, white, and black country.
God reached down from heaven and write this song for Adelon Brave Boy, Banjela. God hand, hold Adelon hand. When Adelon write this song, God's fingers were wrapped around Adelon Brave Boy's hand while he was writing this song. Bring it back. That Tuko, that blasted PNM party group, would have kept this song from making it to the National Calypso Monarch Finals just to prevent that kind of truth being heard is criminal, obscene. But everything PNM touched has turned to shit. They could spoil hog food. They have nothing good coming out of Balize House. This entire country is broken because of the jackass farm that is the People's National Movement. Don't let anybody fool you. Pandey and Kamala is two jackass jokers who see how to line yourself up with bandit and thief and smoke cigar and drink champagne and wine naked on balcony. Like somehow that's what election is for in this mad-ass nation. But the People's National Movement, that is the cancer metastasized to the bone. And Keith Rowley is an example of everything that is wrong with this country. Keith Rowley, defending Faris Al-Rawi, the country's AG, married to Mona Nahus Al-Rawi, committed a con on this country, have stolen public money, and the Attorney General continues on in office today, and we not marching. On April 14th, 2019, Sangre Grande, we come in. The Progressive Empowerment Party touches down. This is our 35th public meeting. Hear what I'm telling you? 2 years, 3 months, Kamala, count yours. We ain't faced a national election yet. On April 14, 2019, the Progressive Empowerment Party will be hosting an open mic session. Come and have your say. Upper Sangre Grande, Perseverance Community Center, Boys Town. And the session starts 5 p.m. Bring the family, walk with your extinguisher. It will be fire. So let me talk. They just ask me, then if you ain't like what they're doing, what you wanna do? I love those questions. So let's deal with that. Government still wrong on the Venezuelan issue. 4 years of recession, 100,000 jobs lost, no new jobs created. Many trainees already can't find work, living in desperation. Who's going to clean up the mess of those displaced by foreigners that are now worse off? What are they to do? Who is to rescue those souls? Instead of creating a humanitarian response to a humanitarian crisis, you try to profit off of it politically and otherwise. What will happen when the Veni novelty wears off and those among them that cannot find a job turn to crime in this soft nation to survive? Who cleans up that mess? Sorry, Mr. Prime Minister, your initial cold-hearted response was despicable nonsense. Your second response overcorrected to more senseless nonsense. The fact of the matter is our nation is already a social tinderbox ready to explode. Adding tens or even hundreds of thousands of hungry mouths to that situation while creating not one new job or opportunity is literally playing with fire. The Progressive Empowerment Party suggested back when you were confused, and we suggest now, that because of our proximity to the crisis, TNT should offer itself as a landing station of sorts for refugees fleeing the collapsing Venezuela, to limit our assistance to providing them with a warm bed, a decent meal, and a chance to be processed by the United States, United Nations, or Canada, and forwarded on to another of the much larger nations that can give them a better chance at life. What this PNM government proposes to do is akin to adding more persons to an already overfull life raft, and instead of helping anyone, is making it possible for all to drown. Do not let passion cause you to abandon reason. Knee-jerk reactions only have value in a doctor's office. We can provide a rescue opportunity for those nations who have offered sanctuary to the refugees, facilitate many for processing, and in that way, create an environment of real and lasting rescue without damaging our own future. The government's policy on the Venezuelan refugees is folly, and like much of what it does, I am sure, designed to distract from among the criminals in their own ranks and their activities. But we, the people of TNT, have to quickly learn to whistle and walk, to deal with all manner of issues sensibly, and at the same time as we endeavor to get ourselves to a place where government itself and its decisions and actions are not the biggest threats to peace and liberty in the country. The government needs to stop veering wildly all over the road and begin the process of governing fairly and sensibly, or the people who make up the government must admit to themselves and the nation that they have no idea what they are doing. And before damaging this country any further, vacate and allow those with reason and ability to place calmer hands on the wheel of state to get us all safely to harbor. Yeah? Wouldn't that make more sense?
Wicked people, fire go a man who will defend woman and protect the young ones by any means, Lord. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. I ain't bad man, let's make those own decisions. You don't need anyone, he only needs God. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. So, sit down, rock back. Tell them I don't need no strap to defend my people from wicked and evil. So, sit down, rock back. Big man, look from, you're too damn evil. If they distress my people, then fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh, Lord, I said this is the air for love. Fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh, silly boy, you ain't bad at all. No, tell me what they're fighting for. They're killing for. We don't need no war, there's no need. So tell me what they're fighting for. They're killing for. We don't need no war. I said we don't want no more now. I bad man don't go around raping woman, influencing young ones to kill a boy now. He ain't no bad man, boy now. He ain't no bad man. All bad man works so whatever he wants and he don't need no gun. He full of joy now. That's a bad man soldier. He ain't no bad man. So sit down, rock back. Tell them I don't need no strap to defend my people from wicked and evil. So sit down, rock back. Big man, look for you're too damn evil. If they distress my people, then fire go burn them.
And it is time. It is time that the fire of your passion ignite in your heart and run down the length of your arm to your voting finger. It is time that you vote with such ferocity for a better country that when you touch that paper, it catch a fire. It is time for Trinidadians and Tobagonians to put the bullshit aside. Look around you. Just look around you. Yours good? Don't come out your gate. Your yard good, don't come in the street. Your street good, don't come out your street. Because the truth of the matter is, you can't be good and the rest of the people suffering and you safe. It's Trinidad and Tobago. We live in one collective condition. To those who outside defending the PNM, come on, come on. You can't have it both ways. You can't run from Trinidad and Tobago because it's too hard to live here. But when you're outside telling the rest of Trinbagonians, but put up with it. Because that is insanity. The textbook definition of insanity. Faris Al-Rawi and his family, the Nahus clan, had advertised 3 Alexandra Street for Barbados $135,799. That works out to be $462,000 TT dollars. So how did, when we got to dealing with the state, did it elevate to 575? The crime gets worse. The plot thickens. Himself to himself, the Attorney General rented on behalf of the country a building that belongs to him. That is a crime. It don't get simpler than that. Drag him before a court. Drag Faris Al-Rawi before a court. Let a judge decide if what Faris Al-Rawi did was a criminal act. We need to know. But we can't continue to pretend that if you put your bandits in a suit, they're no longer a bandit. We have to stop that. We have to call for a country that no matter who you are, you obey the law from the top down. That's the Trinidad and Tobago that we want. Trust me when I tell you, you could love who you want to love. You could prefer who you want to prefer. But at the end of the day, if our collective condition does not improve, you lose. Even if you get more money in your pocket. And I want the law of karma to fall on this land. I want it to fall hard. I want the people who are doing the most wrong to feel it. To feel in the tears. I want them to feel the pain that inflicted on others. I want that pain that their actions have caused others to manifest in their lives. I want, like when Moses was trying to take the people out of Egypt, and the Lord God said, I will visit pestilence into your bedroom. When you see the law of karma fall on them. And they hold their head and ball, don't feel sorry. Because them don't sorry for nobody. Them don't sorry for nobody. Keith Rowley sit down there for 32 years and plot for their ass. That if I get a chance, boy. Pandey sit down there for about 40. If I get a chance, boy. You see, the contract mafia busy, eh? Watch me, man. They massage you, got 6-hand massage, you know. They rub you nice. And if you have an ego built on greed, well, boy, they own you quick. So you have to decide if what you want is a country that works or a country where you and your children will suffer for all eternity. There are PNN people still waiting right now, UNC2, waiting to vote their children into early grave. You know? Make no mistake. All the murder is as a direct result of government failure. All of the hunger, all of the inability to treat with the violence and crime at the gestation stage, at the poverty and the frustration stage. Again, this is very simple arithmetic. You can have more degrees than a thermometer and you can't catch this. They have no help in you. There is no way to educate somebody who's abdicated the use of reason. And I am not the jackass whisperer. I have absolutely no interest in fighting with people who have no regard for themselves. The rest of the country, I here for all you. Let's do this. About before it is too late, before you end up with 100,000 hitters in Trinidad and Tobago, and the police telling you, close your house at 5 in the evening because they're coming out like vampire. We don't know how to deal with them. We send a call to America. We call on Trump to send with the National Guard because we didn't know what the ass we was doing, and now we overrun. That is the kind of madness these people playing with.
If it is that who you voting, crazy or not out, when you're voting, vote them out.
On Wednesday, was it Wednesday or Monday, that in that 24-hour period, China was paving more roads than we had in this entire country. Let that settle in your head. that in 24 hours, China builds more roads from scratch than we have in this entire country. Every side street, every sugarcane trace, every highway, every main road, add all of that up. And today, China built more roads than that from scratch today. Now, I want to say that to you so that you understand nothing is impossible. And the fact that we've had a potholed road surface for 56 years while simultaneously making Junior Sammy, Calco and Kusals 100 millionaire and billionaires off of road paving, something inside of that equation not adding up.
If they are the reason why the economy won't sprout, when you're voting, vote them on, vote them on. If it is the passing laws that them alone must flow, when you're voting, vote them on, vote them on. If it is the building I saw, east, west, north and south, just as how you vote them in, vote them on, register and vote them on. Totally, stay go finger and rescue the country. Put them up with tempo, they happy in pain. Let's put our country together again. Put them up with calypso and joyous refrain. Let's put our country together again. If their policy is a fallacy, their bureaucracy a catastrophe, if they cannot cope and you're seeing so, then your only hope is for them to go.
The world exists and moves forward at a pace that Trinidad and Tobago should have been aligned with. We've had 3 years of global growth. 3 years of global economic growth. 4 countries missed that boat. Trinidad and Tobago, Venezuela, Argentina, and another country. Now you tell me with everything that you know to be true, tell me this, tell me, you could cuss me. You see, I have haters, somebody rammed in Dennis now asking about Nalini Dial and Catherine Stolmeyer White. These are failures. These are people who used to carry Winston Dukaran train in the Congress of the People, cop dead, and they still can't get over the funeral. They still there crying in the shit. They're still looking for position and authority, and they know they can't get that with me. Carolyn Sipasad Becha know that she could join the PEP, but she can't have no position of authority because they've never delivered anything of value to the country. Not one of them. Not Winston Dukaran, not Prakash Ramada. The Congress of the People has been a failed exercise, and all they're doing now, they used to have a boxer when Brooklyn Bar was a real bar owned by the people who built it. They used to have a boxer, he used to sit down. I grew up in Woodbrook. He used to sit down and then tell people he had a chance at life. He'd tell you all the fights he nearly win. All. So now right inside of there. There have a lot of people like that. They want me to, they call in my name so I could call their name so people will go and look for them and see what they say about me. So they get some likes, they get some shares, they get some attention. But the truth of the matter is we're still living in a shithole. We're still living in a cesspool. The same Catherine Stolmeyer White and Nalini Dial, that mad jackass, the same ones of them who want to bad talk me can't do nothing to fix it. But instead of helping those who trying to help, pulling that down too now. Come on. So where one is you want to be in a shithole? Is that it? Because Catherine lives well, you know. She lives upper middle class, so she not starving. If you starving, she don't know how to starve. All her lovely posts and thing, her kitchen full and overflowing. And you have to know that. And you have to judge the source of who giving you guidance. But anyway, to those who have reason to fear a government that will apply justice the same way, or let us publish them little black hen chicken face all over the media when they get catch doing a crime, is the same way the Chamber of Commerce members must be equally named and shamed. Because to do otherwise is to have a two-tiered, uneven society. And justice abhors that. That flies in the face of the textbook definition of justice. If you want a real country, ask the people who giving you the most talk about me what they're doing for a better Trinidad and Tobago. Ask them. Because I tell you this, they have not one of my detractors that I wouldn't face publicly. Every Saturday at 19 Stanmore Avenue, the microphone is there. Come and talk.
If it is fabrication, these statements that they spout, when you're voting, put them on, put them on. If it is that frustration that's make you want to shout, when you're voting, put them on, put them on. Before they just default, sell out, and dig out. If it you who come on, put them on. Register and
Nalini Dial fighting for dog for 30 years, but she can't save none yet. You can't get one law passed. You can't get one thing changed. But if anybody else jump in, you know why Nalini Dial vex? Because the Progressive Empowerment Party has a vibrant animal rights team who have written an animal bill of rights. And we are taking it to the state, and we're willing to work with Joel D'Souza and Kriyan Singh and anybody else. But there have a lot of people. I used to have a partner. I tell people, when we were small, we used to go party. And I had a partner who used to point at girls in the party. I like that girl, I like that girl, I like that girl. And if you talk to them, he bets like you're talking to his girlfriend. And that's how these people move. Like sheep. And I'm telling you again, we will work with anybody. The door open even for mad-ass Nalini Dial. If you want to really make a difference for animals, join together with people. What is this crab in the barrel nonsense? Only you must fight for dog. When did the dogs vote for that? That we want. We want a better Trinidad and Tobago. The Progressive Empowerment Party's slogan is one people under one flag. No black and white and red and green and different shades. Listen, you enjoy your life, you enjoy your history, you enjoy your culture, you celebrate with your community. But on national issues, we are one people. Trinbagonian people, Trinidadian and Tobagonian people. We are one people under one flag. If you sharing the same blighted blue passport, we are one people under one flag. If you live in the same country, no matter how hard you dodge, at some point today you hit a pothole, we are one people under one flag. If you have no water in your pipe tonight and relying on a tank and don't know when water coming again, we are one people under one flag. If you send your family out to buy a bread or a box of breeze and you sit down home waiting for them to reach back so you know they're safe, We are one people under one flag. This country's money is toilet paper. Nobody can explain it. Nobody can explain why a country, Trinidad and Tobago, that for 56 years exported more than it imported, would have a dollar 7 times less the value of the United States dollar, and worse, would have 1/15 the spending power. And if you have to put up with that, we are one people under one flag. That's who we are. We are one people under one sufferation. We are one people under one misery. We are one people under one fear. We are one people under one traffic. We are one people under one drought 3 months after, one people under one rainfall that drowned the country. We are one people under mismanagement, one people under corruption. We are one people under incompetence. Trinbagonians, not one of you escape the evil hand of the madness that has been the operation of Trinidad and Tobago. And if you still ain't get it yet, if you're not on the inner circle when Faris sharing Tree Alexandra Place money, if Nahu's not calling you for a check, you're not on the inner circle.
If it is that injustice is what they always show, when you're voting for them all.
If it is that avarice is all they seem to know,
When you're voting for them all.
if it is their politics is just a puppy show, when elections they come,
All bandits must go. Register and
all of them, all 41 of them, the friends, the commentators, the sycophants, the talking heads, those on the sideline, biting at the heels, talking a crocus bag of ass, have nothing of substance to offer anybody, one set of noise, and nothing to say. Come on.
let's put our country together again.
PepTrinbago@gmail.com is our primary email address. PepTT.com is our website. 3474PEP is our hotline. Pep app, the PEP APP app. That is the Pep app, free to download on any app store. We have our headquarters at 19 Stanmore Avenue, has been since the 17th of January 2018. We have a south office at 137 Manahambre Road, St. Madeleine. We have a north office at 10th Avenue, Barataria, a soon to open east office in Tumpuna Road, and others coming. This Sunday, we come into Grandie on April 14th. This Sunday, pack up the family, organize the friends, make yourself ready, mark your calendar, come to this meeting, come and see and hear the change that you always knew you always needed. This Saturday, tomorrow, 19 Stanmore Avenue. If you are in any position of authority, if you consider yourself management, if you would like to be a part of the Progressive Empowerment Party at any level, come and join us. Come and say, I am here, I would like to serve. Because trust me, all the PEP members will tell you, when the PEP market done, you see the leaders of the party stacking the chairs and wrapping up the tables. We don't play this boss man bullshit like the rest of them. If you want to serve, and listen, I remember when Father Harold Imamsha, I will never forget, when he blessed me, when I stepped up as a caretaker for the Congress of the People in Diego Martin West, he said, never forget that we are called to be leaders who serve and servants who lead. I will never forget that. That is the mission. That is our mantra. We are committed. Those who come into the Progressive Empowerment Party with delusions of grandeur find themselves on a slippery slope out of the party quickly. This is not a look at me ego fest. This is an organization set up. You see what we wear? You see what we wear? Working clothes, working man clothes. You see how we carry ourselves. When you come to a PEP meeting, nobody puts on airs. Nobody too important to stop and talk to you. It goes on for as long as there are people there with questions to ask. And the Progressive Empowerment Party is full of the brightest and best politicians this country has ever known. Our agriculture scientist, our sports minister, our minister of health. When you meet these people, our minister of national security, when you meet these people, it will shock you that this is what is standing behind Philip Edward Alexander and the Progressive Empowerment Party. I said this there already. They've stolen $3 trillion of our dollars. If you want it back, there is only one man. Put me in the parliament, and I promise you, I promise you with every breath in me that those who have misused public office, those who have violated your trust, those who have taken advantage of your vote to enrich themselves, we will bring them to certain justice. You want a better Trinidad and Tobago. The time is now. The place tomorrow, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Come out in your numbers. Let's do this. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.